guys, it's Stock Curry, and today we're going to talk about AMC and what the heck is going on with Adam Aron selling his shares. We're also going to talk about Wish, Corsair Gaming, Robinhood, and more. So let's get into it. Alright, before we get into our stock picks, I just want to give you guys a quick update on the markets. Now, there wasn't really a lot of news that came out today. There was just a small little note about the Fed meeting and some of the notes on that. It was really nothing new. Same thing, they're still expecting to taper bond buying later this year. But there are some members of the Fed that are getting a little bit concerned that inflation is running too high or too hot. And so that causes a little bit of concerns about the market overall. If inflation doesn't start tapering, if inflation continues to run high, that could cause problems with our economic recovery, which in turn could also cause the Fed to have to raise interest rates a little bit sooner than expected. But for now, the concerns are kind of mixed. Nobody really agrees. So there really wasn't a lot to look at on that front. However, I do want to point something out. Today, the stock market overall, if we look at the Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ, they were all down about 1%. However, a lot of high growth stocks, especially when it comes to the EV sector, they were all up. And so there's a lot of people today who made money even though the markets overall were down. And I want to explain what's going on, because this is the same thing that I've been talking about for the past few months, is that I do expect a market correction to happen soon. However, you have to keep in mind that the stock market, the indices, that is your Dow, your top 100 companies, your S&P top 500, and the NASDAQ top 100, those are your large cap, these huge blue chip companies that are making tons and tons of money. And what we have seen over the past few months is that money has been pulled out of small caps and money has gone into large caps. What that has caused is for these large cap blue chip companies that really control the overall market indice prices, they have risen. Now, it is to the point where those companies are now overbought. The PE values are getting pretty high. Some of them rave up around 30 when they normally trade at around 15 to 17. Some stocks that normally trade with a PE of, say, 7 to 12 are now trading at 15 to 20. And so, by and large, your large cap stocks are now overbought. And it's not going to be long before large investors start to realize, hey, you know what? These large caps are kind of overbought. The small caps are really cheap. Let's move money out of our large caps and into small caps. Now, in the same way that back in March, April, and May, we saw small caps absolutely tank while the market overall hit new all-time highs, the exact opposite could happen through August, September, October, where we could see the market overall have a correction and pull back while these small cap high growth stocks actually go up despite the fact that the market overall is correcting. And I think we saw that last year around the September-October timeframe where we had a correction in the market and yet the high growth stocks all rose. And so I think that's what's going to happen again. I think the high growth stocks are so beat down right now that money's going to be pulled out of large cap. It's going to go into small cap. That's going to cause the markets overall to fall and have a correction while these small cap high growth stocks actually rise. So that's what I think is going to happen. That's what I'm looking towards. At the same time, it is absolutely true that a lowering of the tide will sink all ships. And so I am holding back and keeping money in cash so that I can buy some dips. Now, at this point, there's really not a lot more dipping that a lot of these stocks can do. A lot of them are already oversold, and I've already done a lot of buying, but I've still got a little bit of cash left in case things, dip even further. All right, that's what I'm doing. That's what's going on. That's my prediction for the next few months. Let's get into today's stock picks. Now, for those of you guys who don't know who I am, my name is Stock Curry. I used to work as an analyst for some large investment banks, and now I analyze stock picks on YouTube. Every day, I watch hours and hours of YouTube videos, and then I consolidate all of the stock picks from the top YouTubers into a single video. I give you both the cliff notes on their stock picks as well as my analysis on their stock picks. Now, if anything I talk about today piques your interest, make sure you listen to who I say talked about that stock and then go watch their video to get the full details on what they said. Now, all I ask for putting all of this together for you guys is that you hit that like button, subscribe, and follow the page so that you can get notified when I release my next video. In fact, I'll give you 5 seconds to do that right now. Alright, before we get into our stock picks, I just want to remind you that I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I talk about today is a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold. These are just my opinions which may or may not be accurate. Please do your own research before investing in any asset. If you're wondering what you're looking at right now, this is the Webull desktop app. Webull is the app that I use for my trading, and it is also the app that I use in all of my videos. If you'd like to get 2 free stocks worth up to $2,300, you can sign up for Webull using my link in the description below. When you sign up using my link in the description below and deposit just $100, Webull will send you 2 free stocks worth up to $2,300. Alright, let's get into today's stock picks. And first up is AMC. This is AMC Movie Theaters. There was a lot of talk today about the fact that the CEO of AMC, Adam Aron, is planning to sell some of his shares. A lot of news stories have come out saying that apes are stupid, and even the CEO knows AMC shares are overvalued, and that's why he's selling. The reality is, there are thousands of reasons for insiders to sell, and the mainstream media just took this opportunity to continue their FUD attacks. In Adam Aron's case, he is selling because over 80% of his net worth is tied up into one stock and he wants to diversify. At least that's what he said. So how did the share price of AMC respond today? Well, it was down a measly 1.6%. And that was on a day when the entire market was down 1%. And if we zoom in closer, you can see how AMC really just hit some long-standing resistance. If AMC can break out above this long-standing resistance level, then it will run even higher. The MACD histogram continues to rise and the RSI is neutral, so I think there's a good chance that AMC will be able to continue this new bull run that it has been on for the past 5 trading days. Next up is CRSR. This is Corsair Gaming. They're a hardware manufacturer for computer-based gaming and game streaming. Jeremy with Financial Education discussed when CRSR might bottom out. CRSR currently has a forward PE ratio of 14.69, which officially makes it a value stock. The RSI is also oversold, so it doesn't look like CRSR will drop much further. The most likely bottom for CRSR is either $24 or $26, with $26 being the most likely. If you've been waiting for a bottom to buy CRSR, then this is most likely the bottom. I wouldn't just dump all of my money into it right away though. I would keep some cash aside and dollar cost average in. Jeremy is actually thinking about buying leap call options on CRSR since it's beat down so much. And next up is FSLY. This is FSLY. Jeremy with Financial Education discussed whether or not now would be a good time to buy FSLY now that the stock is down over 50% from all-time highs. FSLY is slowing in growth and they are losing money. FSLY has a lot of risks, but Jeremy with Financial Education is interested in the company. Jeremy said he is going to do more research into FSLY before investing though. Next up is HOOD. This is Robinhood. Keenan Grace let us know that Robinhood reported Q2 earnings, and while revenue doubled for the second quarter, HOOD warned that trading is slowing. Since HOOD only makes money when people place trades, that will hurt their Q3 earnings. Further, over 50% of Hood's revenue last quarter came from cryptocurrency transactions, and over 60% of that was from Dogecoin alone. If crypto were to fall and trading slowed down in crypto, that could further hurt HOOD's Q3 revenues. HOOD was down over 9% in the after hours on Wednesday on that news. Keenan Grace is considering riding the momentum by buying put options on HOOD. Next up is PLUG. This is Plug Power. They're a hydrogen fuel cell manufacturer. Jeremy with Financial Education reviewed PLUG today. He said that while PLUG is still down about 50% from highs, it has rebounded off of the $18.47 low we saw back in May. Now, what's crazy about PLUG is that the average analyst price target is $44, which represents a 75% upside from Wednesday's closing price. And two 5-star rated analysts gave PLUG $78 and $62 price targets. If PLUG were to hit the $78 price target, you could triple your money over the next year by buying PLUG now. PLUG actually raised guidance recently. They are still expected to lose money through the end of next year, but they are expected to grow revenues by 45% this year and over 60% next year. Not only is PLUG growing, it is growing exponentially. Of the 4 stocks Jeremy with Financial Education covered, PLUG was the best stock of the 3 for the most growth potential. And last, we're going to talk about WISH. This is Wish, and they're an e-commerce website. Jeremy with Financial Education discussed WISH earnings and whether or not now would be a good time to buy WISH. He acknowledged that earnings were bad for WISH. WISH is seeing declining revenues and they are seeing negative growth. WISH has been beat down as a result. Jeremy with Financial Education said there's too much bad news to overcome on WISH. He would need to see a turnaround in their business before he invested in WISH. Now, the last time I covered WISH back on the 12th, it closed at $7.55, and I said the best thing to do with WISH would be to short it. I still maintain that this would be a good long-term short, but in the short term, it is now oversold, so I would hold off doing any plays on WISH right now. I think it's just going to trade flat for a while. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and got a lot out of it. Comment down below what your favorite stock pick is. And if you're looking for a broker to trade with, you can sign up for Webull using my link in the description below. When you sign up using my link in the description below and deposit just $100, Webull's going to send you 2 free stocks worth up to $2,300. Now, if you are not a US resident, or if you're looking to trade OTC penny stocks, then I recommend Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers is a great trading platform. Both Webull and Interactive Brokers both offer commission-free trading in the US, and Interactive Brokers has highly discounted trading throughout the rest of the world. They both have the full pre-market and after-hours trading from 4 a.m. until 8 p.m., and I do want to let you know that I have material connections with both of those, so whenever you sign up for either one of those brokers, or both, not only are you going to get a great broker to trade with, you're also helping me to continue to produce these great videos for you. Now finally, I want to remind you to hit that like button, subscribe, and follow the page if you haven't already. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.